Hey folks, welcome to Verified Investing here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Thursday, October 29th, 2020. Now, folks, just before I get into the charts here, I want to talk to you about some levels, but don't forget, follow me on Twitter at Gareth Soloway. And also, if you're interested, come to InTheMoneyStocks.com. Look for my name at the top of the website. There's a drop down underneath, and again, you'll see Verified Investing Alerts and Verified Options Alerts. Verified Investing Alerts is my stock service. Verified Options is my options service. Both are swing trading of those respective entities. All right. Just to give you a sense real quick, Verified Investing this year, 176 closed out trades. So we've taken and closed out 176 trades this year. Net gain over 1,500%. To put it in perspective, that's added when you add up all the winners, take out the losers, 1,500%. Amazing. My best year ever, frankly. All right. Let's get into the action here. I'm taking a look at some stocks that are dropping today for key levels for you guys. Number one, HOME at Home Group. You can see the big drop today, down over 20%. It hasn't tagged the first level yet, but this is a major support right here. I was actually looking at this as a day tradable level today. The level is 1575. I repeat, 1575. That's just a short-term trading level. Based on everything I'm seeing on this chart, it's going to eventually go lower. So if you're aggressive, you would buy here for a quick bounce, maybe a couple dollar bounce. Maybe not even on a $17 stock, maybe about a 50 to 75 cent bounce. Then you would exit and wait for it to come fill this gap. This is your longer term. For those of you that are longer term investors, this is that level you're looking at, and clearly the level 945. That is a beautiful level, $9.45 on HOME. That would be a longer term swing trade. You could hold that for literally months, in my opinion, and probably bank 20, 25% minimum, maybe 30% on that trade. All right. Let's take a look at some other names out there that are making big moves. Nokia, take a look at Nokia. Nokia did hit key support today. The first support did tag. Some of my members in the live day trading room took this as a day trade. You can see it's holding that level. It pierced and then bouncing back up. Beautiful little level right there. That's your first support. So it is at support currently right here at this $3.28 level. All right, keep an eye on this. I think, again, you could get a day where tomorrow you bounce up a little bit, maybe even for 2 to 3 days. But be aware, I do think it's going to go lower. Second target down here, just below $3. Third target is the big one. This is the behemoth of the group at $2.73. That would be a longer term swing trade level. Flowers.com, FLWS, big drop. First key support right here at 1980, but the level I'm looking to swing it at is right here at 1845. 1845, that becomes a major swing trade level. I think that, again, the flower business has been hurt by COVID. You're not having as many people getting together on dates like Mother's Day and so forth, buying lots of flowers. I think people are still sending some flowers to people, but not as much. And again, flowers.com, if it gets down to this level here, 1845, that's where I start to get interested. Okay, now let's talk about some other stocks out there. How about the big tech names that have earnings today? What the heck are they going to do? So take a look at Apple. Great move on Apple today, up about 3.5%. Beautiful move there. Alphabet reports today after the close, up 3.2%. Great pop there. Amazon reports today. That's a great move, $52 move on that to the upside, 1.7%. And let's not forget Facebook, which is up substantially today on the back of Pinterest earnings. We saw it jump after Snapchat reported great numbers as well. That, again, is coming into earnings. Now, the one thing I will say about Facebook, because of Pinterest and because of Snapchat, the expectations are extremely high for Facebook, meaning that they better have a rock star amount of numbers today. And again, think about it like this. If you didn't know that Snapchat did so well and you didn't know that Pinterest did so well, and by the way, Pinterest today, take a look at Pinterest. Putting in a daily topping tail, but still up 26.5%. But that's a nasty top, by the way. That is a nasty topping tail on that huge distribution by institutions. But going back to Facebook, if you didn't know those came out, then you wouldn't have raised your expectations mentally, which is what matters to the market. A lot of people think analysts matter, right? Analysts say, oh, well, this company's going to make this amount of money on this amount of revenue. Doesn't matter. The reason it doesn't matter is because the market prices in where they think it's going to come in. Great example was Microsoft. Microsoft reported earnings a couple days ago. All right, the stock yesterday after earnings down 4%. Why? Well, they beat earnings and they beat revenue from based on what the analyst said. So why wasn't the stock up? The stock was not up because the market expected even greater numbers. Okay? So that's the situation Facebook's in. Now, can Facebook come through and have a miraculous, report that is just blockbuster? Yes, but they better dang do it, or they're going to see a big drop in stock price. So expectations are very high. The same thing, again, looking at Microsoft here. Microsoft should concern every investor going into these tech earnings. And the reason I say that is because Microsoft did beat on earnings and revenue numbers. It was a beautiful quarter. I'm usually very discerning and harsh on companies, and they had a great quarter. The fact that it dropped as much as it did, and investors dumped it as hard as they did, that is problematic on Microsoft. And it speaks to what the market may do to Amazon, Google, Facebook, and Apple. Okay? So, again, I have no clue what these earnings will be today. No clue at all. But be very careful. Like, Microsoft was up after hours after their report. By the next day, it was down and it kept falling all day long. So just be aware, be careful, please be careful. I personally am short some of these names because, again, I just think that the valuations are insane. The one thing about valuations, and I keep hearing people say on TV, like, oh, well, the only kind of questionable thing is valuation. Valuations can go both directions. So there are periods in the market where valuations are crazy high and crazy low. Ultimately, they always come back to kind of the home base or the mid-level. So, do I know when these crazy valuations on Amazon will come into a reasonable level? No, I honestly don't, but it will eventually. And the price action in Microsoft should kind of be an alarm bell going into these big name announcements today. So we will see what happens, folks. I think the best case scenario would be some would be up, some would be down, because then they'd cancel each other out. But again, we will see. If they're all up, markets are going to have a big rally tomorrow. If they're all down, obviously markets will take a beating tomorrow as well. Based on the S&P 500, S&P is trying to recapture this little support. This is the S&P daily chart or SPY daily chart. This is going to be a big level. Do we close back above it or below it? And the level, again, is right around 328.75. If we close below 328.75, I think you need to be very careful into after hours going into tomorrow. If we close above it, that's your technical pivot. The markets may be okay. I don't think they're okay for long, but I think they're okay in the short term. All right, guys. I wish you all the best. Have a great rest of your day. Come find me at inthemoneystocks.com. Remember, look for my name at the top of the website. There's a drop down there. You can find me there. Come find us. Come make some money with me. I will be putting out more trades today for members. Take care.